Welcome to ISAT Daily. I'm Matt, aka The Parable.
And I'm Chrissy, Freedom, Illinois.
Well, Chrissy, we have a little issue with ISBE.
Shocking.
And what does ISBE stand for? Illinois School Board
Of Education.
Eatery. Oh, education. And we have a little clip here. Let's take a look at the video. Not video, it's a slide. ISBE proposes new rule clarifying COVID-19 vaccine requirement. The Illinois State Board of Education is proposing a new rule to align with Governor J.B. Pritzker's executive order requiring COVID-19 vaccines for school personnel.
So, essentially they're saying, what you're doing, Pritzker, is real great for all your state employees. Please, can we do it too?
We want to participate. We like your efforts. Let's take a look at the next one. So, Illinois State Board of Education hopes to approve a new rule that would further cement J.B. Pritzker's executive order mandating that Illinois teachers, staff, and school contractors be vaccinated against COVID-19 or go through weekly testing to be inside schools.
Well, so to clarify, I mean, most schools are already doing this, which is what's interesting about that is, so they're making up a rule that this has to happen.
Right.
So doesn't that mean they don't have to be doing it right now?
I guess it means that right now there's nothing like that. Man, you look at the word mandate in general, coming from the executive branch is meaningless in a sense.
True, but what I'm saying, exactly, why are schools doing this right now to their teachers and staff?
Well, I think it's an assumed policy. They're just hoping everybody just goes along with it.
And they are.
I guess they are, aren't they? Let's take a look at the next one. The rules language also touches upon the required record keeping of documents for school staff. For example, schools would have to identify staff members as fully vaccinated, unvaccinated, or compliant with the testing requirement.
Okay, so that's like really pisses me off.
Yeah, so now they're going to document everybody.
So there's some keywords: record keeping and identify staff members as. I mean, so basically we are categorizing people and putting them into groups and identifying them as such. I mean, that's wild.
Right.
And this is out in the open.
So, keeping the records, you know what the next step is after this, don't you?
What is it?
So they're going to keep records, they're going to identify, so they're segregating you in a sense, and then there's going to be a point to which they're going to have to mark you.
They are going to have to mark you so that everyone knows what category you're in, whether it be, I don't know, a star on you.
Yeah, like a little yellow one.
Little yellow one, or maybe they'll just do on their IDs. I've seen some schools propose changing your ID color to being a certain color.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that before.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe they'll do that. I just think it's interesting that they're able to categorize people by their private medical information.
I know.
Weird.
Yeah, strange how that happens. Let's take a look at the next one. So board members voted Thursday afternoon to publish the proposed rule online to allow for public comment. Under the proposal, teachers and other staff could still be exempt from getting the vaccine if they have a medical issue or strongly held religious beliefs. However, the proposed rule could allow schools to require unvaccinated staff to get tested twice per week if there is a COVID-19 outbreak. Schools could also bar staff from entering buildings if they have any COVID-19 symptoms.
So again, most schools are already doing this, which poses the question, why are they doing this if they are creating the rule right now?
Yeah, so they are creating a rule that was supposedly there. They're doing testing. Actually, interesting, they're going to be putting testing with COVID testing that's approved by the FDA and CDC.
Correct.
January 1 of 2022.
Right.
And so the testing that they're doing now is not applicable because even on their own websites, it doesn't work.
Exactly. This is why they're replacing it.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just very interesting to me. And this happened before, right? So, remember, ISBE threatened that they could take recognition from schools when they didn't have the authority to do so. And then they tried to propose a law to back that up, a bylaw to back that up. So they just did it again under our noses. They proposed once again.
Yep.
Something that says that they say, hey, you have to have, you got to do this, you got to be tested, you got to get vaccinated, we need to be able to mark this. And everyone's like, okay. And then they're like, so we're going to make a rule that says you have to do this now.
Yeah. And nobody has the clarity to say, well, wait a minute, then what happened before when you said this? And there was no rule, and why are we doing it? And I guess that arithmetic they haven't
And
figured out
this is why
yet.
people have got to start standing up for their rights and taking it to the court. Because there's no law that backs this stuff up. And in all cases, across the board. People have got to just stick by what they know is right.
Right.
And be willing to fight it.
And so the general rule of thumb is whenever you have any tyrannical mandate or anything that is put upon you that you really don't want to do, what's the easiest way to get away from it?
Not do it.
Not do it. Just say
no.
no. Resist. Just resist, folks. If they want to do this, just say no. I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. You know.
That's what the courts are for.
Right.
There's no in a court. It has to be shown that there's law to back it up. In this situation, it means that every teacher that fought it shoulda, coulda, won.
Yes. And that's where we are. So, have yourself a great night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.